Okay, welcome everybody. It's a special day, special weekend, where we are honoring those who have fallen. And I think we all have family and or friends, and we know a lot about this because we grew up with it. So here's this woman sitting in front of me wearing a red hat that says USO shows. And I know what that is. And I may be able to dig out some photographs during the show. But here she is,
Okay.
Suzanne Summers.
Very nice, Alan. Hello, everybody. Happy Memorial Day. And hello, Caroline. And I pulled out my USO hat because the thrills of my career have been with entertaining our U.S. military. And you want to feel safe? You go to one of our military bases and you look at these men and women who have devoted their service to keep us safe. It means so much. You get overwhelmed with emotion. So whenever I see anyone in uniform, police, firemen, soldiers from any of the divisions, I always say thank you for your service. And it means so much to all of them. So that's something that we can do to remember today. And I personally don't have anyone in my family who died in the military. My Uncle Dave and my Uncle Ralph, my mother's brothers, landed on Normandy Beach, and they were 17 and 18 years old, holding their weapon over their heads, rushing through the waves. It was just, have you ever been there to Normandy? I think it's a trip that all Americans should make once. You'll be shocked when you go there. When you stand on the bluff where the enemy was, it was a turkey shoot. And down there, as our guys were getting off those boats, it truly was luck that my two uncles lived. And then when you walk through the cemetery at Normandy and you are just touched by all the American headstones, row after row after row after row after row, and you become very grateful. We are lucky in this country that we have that kind of protection and that it's such a superior military. Everybody I've ever met in the military, we entertained and did USO shows at Panmunjom and South Korea, all the bases there. I was at Panmunjom before Trump was there, and it's quite a significant moment in your life when you're there. They put us in the Quonset hut where they signed the treaty. On one side of the hut was the north, and on the other side was the south. And you didn't cross over that line they had down the middle of the road.
Well, I did.
But Alan did.
I wanted to be in North Korea.
Because he's not a rule follower. And it's very, very meaningful to be there. And to, when you go to, if you ever go to Panmunjom, I don't recommend going to Panmunjom. It's not picturesque. But you are cognizant of what it means to be free. Because right across this line we're told not to cross, they're not free at all. Over here, you have free speech and the amendments, and it's really something. So today is a very meaningful day for all of us, and thus I wore my USO hat to thank all the servicemen who allowed me to entertain them. We had such fun. You don't know what it feels like to walk out in front of 50,000 screaming soldiers at Panmunjom Air Force Base in Germany. It was really something. And going from base to base to base in the Koreas was really incredible. There was one place I didn't get to on the it was on the border, but on the south side, but way at the top. And I said, what's up there? And they said, we've got 3 guys in the outpost up there. I said, I want to go up there. So I walked up there. It was freezing cold, and Alan walked with me, of course, and a couple of Army people. And when I opened the door, they were like shocked. And on the wall was a sign that said, "Welcome, Bob Hope." That's the last time anyone had ever visited that hut. And I signed underneath Suzanne Summers. So if you ever go to that hut up on the top of the hill where they're always with binoculars looking to the north, you'll see my sign there. They wouldn't have thrown it out. Anyway, they were all great. Yep.
Suzanne, one of your friends on Instagram said, my dad saw you when you came to Germany and visited the hospital.
Oh, isn't that great? Well, bless your father. That was really, these trips that we took, and then we were on the USS Ranger with the Navy. These trips were so meaningful and so enjoyable, and they're so appreciative. And when I do my show around the country here, I always get some little note back. I saw you here, or I saw you there. I had a guy send me a flag not too long ago, a small one but folded up, and thanking me for coming to entertain them over in Germany. So I'm really happy we did that.
My dad was a veteran in World War I.
One.
World War I.
You had an old father.
And he was born in 1895. And in 1914, he enlisted in the Canadian Army. And he said to the recruiter, I'm blind in my right eye. And the recruiter said, "So you'll shoot with your left eye?" I don't.
Was he ever stationed anywhere?
No, he
No.
never went overseas.
So
I think the fact that he was blind had something to do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the sweetest guy. He walked from his little town in Bremen, Poland, to...
No, he walked to Bremen in Germany.
Oh, I get it mixed up.
Yeah.
To Bremen in Germany. How many children in his family? 16?
Well, we don't know for sure. 14, 15,
At
16.
that time, women were having so many children, you lose count. And he decided he wanted to go to America and become a cowboy.
Well, he said to his father, "If I have to live like this for the rest of my life, I'd rather be dead." And they were very poor. I mean, food was an issue. Heat was an issue. No indoor plumbing, no electricity. Never saw a car or a plane.
Did he know there was another life outside of that?
I think so. I think
Because if that's all you've ever known, you think, well, this is all I know.
Well, I think he probably did. He probably didn't know exactly what it
He
was.
didn't have television or magazines.
Yeah, there was no
Cell
television.
phones.
Yeah, there was there radio? I think radio had started by then, late 1800s.
That's when radio sounded like...
Right. No, that's what it sounded like after the war. They had a cable that they laid at the bottom of the ocean going from North America to Europe so that you could make long-distance phone calls. And they charged $3 a minute, and you had to speak for 4 minutes minimum. That's $12. Well, in those days, people were making $35 and $45 a week. So the idea of spending $12 on a phone call, plus the fact there was this sound.
Yeah.
So we didn't make any.
Did you have a party line?
Actually, for a while we did. Yeah, and that was
It was
our
so fun. You
that
could
was our
listen in.
entertainment.
Yeah, you could listen in.
Yeah.
Your mother would walk by. What are you doing?
Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my mother didn't care. I mean, she didn't care if anyone listened to her either.
Okay. Well, top of the morning to you.
Okay.
Okay.
And to you.
Cheers! Kicking
Cheers.
off the long weekend.
Mm.
I think it's really nice that you do these shows, Suzanne. I think so many people who aren't military families just take for granted the privilege that we have and the sacrifice that so many families make. And Memorial Day weekend is not just about a white sale or barbecues.
Right.
It's about something so much deeper. So I think
Right.
it's nice that you do these tribute shows.
Thank you. I do too. I think it's important we all remember. If you had a son or a daughter who went off to the military and didn't come back, you'd feel the full brunt of this. Let's be grateful for all those who've given up their lives. Imagine sending your child off and having that child never come back. What's sort of like what
We have
happened?
people writing in. Santos Bedouin said, my cousin, Leslie Shelton, died in 1969. He was a Marine. and only 21 when his helicopter was shot down in Vietnam.
Yeah, I'm of the Vietnam era. When I graduated from high school, that's when we had the draft. And I remember there was this guy, Dave Kaufman, who was in Guys and Dolls with me. And, you know, that was a big moment in my life, Guys and Dolls. And I remember saying goodbye to him at the cast party, and the next time I saw him was at his funeral, because he had been drafted into the Vietnam War. So many of my friends were perished in Vietnam. That seemed to be such a senseless
Okay, so
war.
today,
But yes, it's going to be red, white, and blue.
it's going to be 30% off site-wide, okay? And the promo code is USA30 at SuzanneSummers.com.
And you guys, this sale goes all the way through Monday. So all the way through Monday, this is one of our biggest site-wide discounts of the entire year. As you know, we're normally at 25% off is the highest we go for site-wide. So 30% off anything you like at the website, USA 30.
I'm looking right here at Manuka Honey Soothing Gel. Do you love the Manuka Honey? It's so healing. And I have such irritated, angry skin these days. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. It's somewhere in itchy, bitchy, sleepy, sweaty, bloated, forgetful, and all dried up. It must be some hormonal imbalance. Although I found, this is just my experience, I found that I was kind of, do you ever get dizzy? When you sit up in bed and you get dizzy? Well, I don't. But for a few days this week I was dizzy. And I called my doctor and he said, you probably need iron. And I said, that's interesting. We just debuted our iron supplement. So I'm not allowed to give you any results, but I'm pretty happy.
The Iron Lady.
Yeah. Well, you know, all my life I've been anemic. And when I was a kid, I heard that word all the time. I just thought, you know, some people are anemic. And I bet I got a little anemic, which requires building up your iron. By the way, I see comments when people are aghast that I drink. I drink 3 drinks a week.
Yeah, but
With you.
each one is a quart.
No, it's not. With you. I drink it with you.
That's correct.
It's our tequila party.
That's
and
correct.
I look forward to it. It's fun.
Yep, it's true.
Yeah.
By the way, 2 important things are happening.
What?
One is that it is sweet corn season.
Yes.
Just started this week.
Yes.
Okay, in time for the weekend.
Come show them how cute you look.
Oh,
You look so cute.
well, okay. I'm glad you think so.
I do. I'm always looking at you thinking, gosh, he's handsome. Don't you feel that way about Bruce, Caroline?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
It's Bruce.
Yeah.
First, I have to turn this light on.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'd look better.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah. Oh, sure. He cares when he's going to be on camera. All right. There you go. Come here, darling.
Okay.
It's a cute outfit. Jeans that are rolled up with his toenails done in pool.
I've had the colored pool before,
You have.
and it's our spring color or summer color.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. So I have pool today.
I could, next time you do it, we could do this, which is called Cobalt Shimmer. And that could look, that's sort of the color of my ring
Huh.
and my necklace. That could
Oh.
look good on you. Or we could put chalk on you, which is so
No.
beautiful.
I don't
No?
think I'd like that.
No, this is icicle, actually. Or we could put fireworks.
I've
But I
had
didn't like that on you. I didn't
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
red with your skin color.
that. No, me neither.
I think you have to look at your skin color and see what's compatible. Any color goes with any color as long as it's the same intensity. But when he had the red on the other day, his feet are not tan, or were not tan. Are they tan now?
No.
No. So don't wear this red unless you're tan or you have dark skin, brown skin, black skin. Then it'll look amazing. And then this color is called Snowflake, which is really quite beautiful. Quite
That's if you
beautiful.
want to just add a little glitter shimmer. It's also a good topper if you want
And
to
a
add
good
little
topper.
glitter.
And a good topper. Yeah.
But also,
and
you
it's
know-
red, white, and blue.
So we have 4 of the nail polishes here, but we must have 20.
At
Colors,
least.
right?
At least.
And by the way, if you want to know the exact color, go to the website.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hold these up so you can see it, but
We just put the red, white, and blue out today to be patriotic,
Yeah.
and we thought you might want to get your red, white, and blue nail polish so that you would have it in time for the 4th of July.
Yeah. And he
Okay.
wore his new red jacket. You saw it the other day when it arrived. Doesn't he look cute?
well, perfect
So
for
cute.
today.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
We look like frickin' frack.
I
here,
know.
The gold dust. was-
Okay.
You were talking about the Manuka Honey Soothing Gel,
Yeah.
and then you got sidetracked. If you want to continue talking about it a bit.
Well, I just find with my irritated skin, it just feels so good. I put it on before I go to bed at night. I put it all over my face, a thick layer, and I let it sit there, and then I go to sleep and I wake up and all the irritation is calmed down. It calms me down. So the thing is, why is my skin irritated? I don't know. I must be.
I put the moisturizer, the Manuka honey
Yeah,
moisturizer
but we're
on
almost out
every
of it
night.
right now. We've ordered it.
Oh,
There's more
okay.
coming in, but I love the
We
moisturizer.
have a couple hundred, but it's just a
A
little.
couple hundred of you can have the gel and the moisturizer. It's great stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it.
You know, Manuka Honey has just so many incredible benefits. It's
I know.
antimicrobial, it's antibacterial, antimicrobial.
Listen to that.
It's a humectant, so it draws moisture to your skin. So
Yeah.
the reason we're talking about it today is that a lot of people might have a lot of sun exposure this weekend, and that's a good time to remember to use it as an after sun
Yeah.
product.
Right.
And that also has hyaluronic acid and aloe vera in it, which are also so wonderful for calming irritated skin.
And then we have, to go with the theme, the Thigh Master, which is red. So we've got red, white, and blue all over.
Yeah, the toning system. Got both of those great products.
Yeah. If I were in my other house and in my office, I had all these letters that service people have sent me and generals have sent me and the awards I've gotten. I remember when I did my Broadway musical, some of you might have been there, and at the end of the first show, the head of the USO came on and presented me with the award. Do you remember that, Alan?
And plus there was a color detail.
And a color detail, right. It was really quite a
We
remarkable night.
we have pictures of that somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
I went to get I have a beaded military general's hat, as you might imagine. But I went to get it, and when you're not in your own house, it's not anywhere where you would think it would be, and I guess it's in that awful S place, storage.
Yeah.
Once
Thanks.
it's in storage,
Oh, how am I ever going to
you
undo?
don't need it in your life, but it's just too hard to just get rid of certain things.
That is generally true, but when I moved, and I knew I couldn't fit it all in here, nor did I want to fit it in here because I knew I wasn't staying here very long, I put things in storage so that they could just, when we're ready to go to the other house, move it out. But we can't seem to find things. We can't seem to find clothes that I'm missing. We can't seem to find my beaded military hat, my general's hat. Not everybody has one. I have one. I have the jacket, but the jacket's a little tight.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm going to lose 5 pounds. I put on 5 pounds in the wrong places.
Where is that?
Here, my belly.
Mm.
My belly. And my waist's a little thicker than it usually is. I don't like it. But it doesn't consume me. I'm grateful. I have a waist. I'm grateful I can walk. I'm grateful for everything.
Everything.
I am.
Wow.
I am grateful for everything. I had such a hard year last year. I came so close to it being kind of over
Yeah.
that when I came out of that and started healing, it was an important opportunity for me because I just looked at, well, I looked at you, Al.
Huh?
I looked at you. He was so great.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you look beautiful. Beautiful and great.
That was Gloria closing the door in there. Gloria was so happy tonight because she now goes, uh-oh, I see they're getting ready to go into the office studio. All right, if I just stay real quiet,
Yeah.
right near the door, then when they open it, I can just run for it. And that's what she did. She's now out in the living room, sitting on her favorite leather ottoman and in the sun and enjoying life very much.
You know, it's amazing. We really love Gloria, but we are her slaves.
Yeah, we're her slaves.
We're her slaves.
We're her staff.
Okay?
We're her staff.
Yeah. You know, she goes to the poop box in the middle. Why does she always do it in the middle of the night?
'Cause she
She
wants-
goes there in the middle of the night, you hear the scratching and the noise she's
Yeah.
making. And then when she gets out, in the middle of the night, you hear, whoa! It's like, you know what I just did?
Ow.
Yeah, it's like,
But
little-
you know what's great? She calls you by name. Ow.
That's right.
Ow. 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 I think,
Well,
what's it like to have an animal call you by your first name?
But I taught her a new trick. It's so
He's the only person I know who can train a cat.
it's so sweet what she does.
Yeah, what do you
I
does she do?
found a little place on her back, right in the middle of her back, and if I scratch at it for like 2 minutes, she lifts one leg up and tucks it under her arm.
It's true. John Murder used to do that on Three's Company when he was doing a bit in
Yeah.
rehearsal about being really horny. And if he'd see a girl that he thought was really beautiful, he'd lift up his leg and do that same kind of thing. It strikes me funny.
So now she comes when I whistle.
She does. There's that trick.
She jumps in the bed when I ask her to.
Yeah, she does.
We have 3 stools in the kitchen where we have breakfast, and she usually joins us. If I'm not sitting in my stool, she gets into my stool.
Remember the other day when Bruce was sitting in her chair,
Oh, yeah.
unbeknownst to her?
Oh, yeah.
She came
She
up to
doesn't
the
like
chair.
that.
"Ah!"
She doesn't like that.
No.
No, but as soon as I go over and I say to her, Gloria, I know you know what you're doing. You're sitting in Dad's chair, okay? And she looks at me and hops on her own chair. It's amazing.
So I want to talk about the soldiers some more. I'm just having flashes of visits that we made. And I remember one camp we went to in Korea. It's not very fancy, and I did find out one thing, that Air Force food is head and shoulders over any of the others. In fact, when we were
They have golf courses.
they have golf courses. When we were at the Army base, they were all excited because Burger King just
Oh,
took
that's
over the
right.
franchise. And I'm
That's
going,
right.
oh my God, you're feeding, you know how I feel about quality food. You're feeding our soldiers that food, but they were excited because, you know, most people like to eat like that. But the Air Force, wow, they're the elite. They're the elite.
They have swimming pools and golf courses.
Yeah, and remember, we were out on the tarmac.
Also, you know, the commander in the Navy, when we were on the aircraft carrier,
Pedersen, Captain Dan Pedersen.
Was that who
Yeah,
it was?
yeah.
Or was
Darling. He looked like Central Casting. He looked like
Okay. So
General Keane.
if you recall,
Yeah.
we sat in his big dining room where
Yeah.
I think there were like 15 seats.
Uh-huh.
And some of the sailors were servers.
Uh-huh.
And we had lobster. And I thought, that's pretty cool. Okay, these guys live okay. But I'm not sure how deep it goes into.
I don't think very deep.
Yeah.
There's been a little rumbling in Navy culture the last couple of weeks about the food, so maybe. You know, you have to feed people well and right. You want, as a boss myself, you want to maximize the potential of your employees. Treat them well, feed them right if that's the position you're in. There's a payback. Not that you do it for that reason, but when people like who's hired them, and when they are feeling like they are being appreciated, that's what it is, being appreciated. They give you 100% or 110%. Anyway, when we were in Korea, I remember we put together that piece, Bye Bye Baby.
That's online.
Is it online?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go look at it
Yeah,
online.
we're going to post a bunch of videos this weekend.
Okay. Well, we had the camera out of a bunch of soldiers while they were taking pictures with me, and soldiers are great. They're going, "Hi, Mom. Hey, Mom." They always say hello to their mom. You know, nobody loves you like your mom. Nobody. And I got such a place in my heart for those soldiers that we had the privilege of entertaining. It was just a beautiful thing. When we went to Germany, the military gave us a plane. Was that a gift or not? The plane that our servicemen go in are no frills. They're big, and they got big engines, and they get there and they do the job. But inside, there's no plush leather or anything. You sit in bucket seats, and I was sitting with, what's his name, Jonathan Winters.
Jonathan Winters sat next to the only window on the plane.
Yeah,
A little,
only window.
The only window
yeah,
on
there's
the
no
plane.
other window. You're in
Yeah.
this dark capsule, wondering
Yeah.
where you're going, and hope you're going to the right place. But anyway, they treated us so well over there.
I remember we took off in L.A. and we stopped at a military base to refuel in New Jersey, somewhere in New Jersey. And as we were coming in, the road manager at the time,
Uh-huh.
who was really a bad guy, he's the one who, well, I won't say what he did.
Our
but
road manager.
Pardon me?
Our road manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He made an announcement to everyone, all the dancers and singers and crew members and techies on the plane. He made an announcement that we're coming in for a landing, and they'll be doing, they're going to be going through the plane looking for drugs. And at that moment, a whole bunch of people stood up and went into the bathroom
Flush their joints.
to flush their drugs down. And he was kidding.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I hope they weren't bringing drugs, but
Well, I think what they had marijuana.
I love the Thigh Master. I have it next to my bed. I do 150 of these a day. I do them for you right now, but you can't really see. And they're great for the upper body. Do you want to work out a little bit, Alan?
No,
No.
no.
Come show them your beautiful physique.
No, I'm not going to do
You're
that.
not going to do that. Okay. Now, the other thing is the butt
He'll put
master.
on a dress, but he won't show
Yeah.
us how he keeps himself in such great shape by doing
Yep.
a few reps.
Yeah.
here and there.
What does that say about you that you'll put on a dress? And earrings. And
And nail
earrings.
polish.
And nail polish and
Yeah.
toe polish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because really, at 85 years, almost 86 years old, the fact that you are in such spectacular shape,
Yeah.
if he's not going to talk about it, I will.
Yeah.
Because when you walk around their house, they leave Thigh Master and the Butt Master in the areas where they sit. And while we're sitting there, and I'm always on my computer or my phone, because that's what I do, or cooking, Alan grabs a Thigh Master and he starts doing his little upper body.
Yeah.
And it's these little micro workouts that you do that keep you in such good shape. But it's okay. We'll just put a dress on you.
Yeah.
and
What if I gave you a dress to wear and then you could work out?
Oh, then I could do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, the butt master, I like putting the butt master on the outside of my knees with a thigh master between my knees and getting a double workout at the same time. My hip isn't quite healed enough to do it right now, but I do the inner thighs all the time. And, you know, I wear short shorts because it's so hot here, and I feel good in my short shorts.
You
know?
look good, too.
Yeah, I like it.
Your legs look amazing.
Yeah.
Teenagers would kill for your legs.
Isn't that great?
They're so toned and beautiful.
Yeah, they haven't gotten old yet.
Have we posted that thing that I shot of Suzanne walking down?
Oh
the-
yeah, everybody's seen it.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I saw that we were going to the party, and I saw that and I thought, you know, this is a moving picture, which it was. It was great.
But I don't have my walk back 100%.
That's true.
And one woman pointed out, and she was so right. She said, your right ankle looks weak, and that is where my weakness is. It's weak because my hip is still weak, and so I don't know why that's affecting my ankle. I can't wait to get back to 100%. Healing takes a long, long time, and I'm so healthy. So I've healed better than most people do, I'm sure. I look down here and I see it down here in the desert. It's a retirement community in many places, and everybody's stooped over and walking slow and limping. And I think when you have an injury like I had, which is probably what they had, it's up here. You got to decide, no, I'm not going to do, that's not going to happen to me. I'm not going to stoop over. So I'm constantly throwing my shoulders back, because the tendency when you've broken your back and spine is to give it some relief. The other thing that is exhausting about a broken neck and broken spine is you don't realize how heavy your cranium is. It's 16 pounds. And when the neck is weak, you got to hold from the bottom of your back, you got to hold your neck up. So I have one of those pillow rolls that a girlfriend gave me. And man, that's a godsend for sleeping, because it holds my neck up and then I don't have to hold it up.
Didn't Tennessee, what was his name, that singer?
Ernie Ford?
Yeah, didn't Tennessee Ernie Ford have a song called 16
Tons.
pounds or 16 tons?
16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and you're deeper in debt. Sing, somebody don't you call me, 'cause when I come, I owe my soul to the company store.
My favorite joke that he used to tell over and over again.
He had an afternoon show, right?
He did.
Because when my mother was ironing, it was always on.
And his joke was, I feel like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. There's a picture.
Those are those Southern expressions. You know Kennedy, the congressman, is he congressman
Oh, yeah.
or senator?
Yep.
What is he?
He's funny.
Hey, God, he's funny.
He's funny.
And he's always got some kind of saying like that makes you go, what? Right. And also that girl on television, Dakin McDowell,
Oh, yeah.
she's funny.
Yeah.
What'd she say about Harry? I'll think of it in a minute. It was really funny. It's like something.
Well, Harry wouldn't think so.
They were down here. Meghan and Harry were down here. And my friend Anne went to the lunch on their behalf. And she didn't even mention it to me. Everybody kept it real on the down low. I guess they knew, if we wouldn't have, but if people knew about it, they'd show up. I don't know. I don't crash parties.
I don't think they would.
I don't either. I don't know why they didn't want anyone to know.
Well, I can
Well, they
think.
don't have security, so that's probably why.
Oh, very astute. That's right. They lost a lot of perks.
They lost security when they left the royal
the fold.
family
Yeah.
work, and so they were like, well, if you're not going to be royal family, then you don't get security, which
Whoa.
is, as you know, that's really difficult, because you can't undo your
Fame.
Yeah,
They're
you
too
can't
well
undo it.
known. Oh, I'd be terrified if I was them and I didn't have security. They're so high profile. They must have to pay for it themselves. Ew.
Yeah, which is why they're out
Stumping.
living their private life. That's
Yeah.
what they wanted. That's what they wanted. But I don't think they expected that they would have to do that. So
I wonder how they really
Harry has a
feel.
book, and I guess they're doing a reality show too, which is sort of the
Are they?
antithesis of wanting to live privately. Yeah,
They're
Yeah.
doing a reality show?
they're doing like high-end docu-type series based on
Oh.
their lives. Yeah.
Do you know who I met the other night, who I've met before, but I haven't seen her in a long time, is Paris Hilton. She was at a party that I was at. And she's really nice. And I said, they like to pick on you. Like they like to pick on me, which is not so much anymore. And there are people they pick on because, why? I said to her, I knew your grandfather, Baron Hilton. I worked for him at the Hilton for a number of years, and I always loved that my perk was having access to the company jet whenever I wanted. I remember,
And the company yacht.
and the yacht. Whenever I wanted to go fly to have lunch with my mother in San Francisco, I'd call up the plane. It's kind of a wonderful time. And I said, but I know your grandfather, and I know your parents, and I know how many children there are just under this umbrella, and then all the grandchildren. I said, by the time the money trickles down, it's fine, but it's not significant. I said, you've turned being the daughter, the heiress, into this great business, and she has. And then she started being a DJ, but that's not like a DJ at a wedding. This is, you go to these events around the world, and the audience is usually 50,000 people, and she works the records and things and does this. This is the dance step. This is what everybody does now when they're out. And
Well, it's too crowded to dance.
yeah, so they're up and down, and she makes $1 million a night. So she doesn't need her rich grandfather. But I admire ingenuity. You look at what you have, and what can I do with that? And then she
Well,
figured it out.
Look at the Kardashians.
They did the same thing. They looked at what
Yep.
they had,
Yep.
which most people would go, what? But they saw that they could fill a niche. And I know a lot of you don't like them, but you got to admire their business acumen. Two of those girls, two of them, are billionaires. Billionaires with a B. So that you don't make $1 billion by being dumb. They have acumen, and the mother is really incredible. So I'll get a lot of comments about how you don't like me talking about the Kardashians, but I admire them. I put them in the same category with Paris Hilton, and I was picked on so much when I first started. Well, when I was playing the dumb blonde, Chrissy Snow, the people that criticized me the most never watched the show. Remember that columnist in Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh God, he said terrible things. And I was called into the president's office at that time it was CBS, and he said, "Your press is awful." And I felt so bad that this guy was saying such terrible things about me. Years later, I go, they were talking about me. They weren't talking about the Joe Schmo in the next series. They were talking about
No,
me.
but we also, he was married to this woman, and people used to say to this woman, "Wow, you look just like Suzanne Summers."
Oh,
Okay?
the columnist, yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
there was a little bitchiness going on there. Okay, because what he wrote was bitchy. It was like
Very, very.
going out of your way
The
to
nice thing is
say
that
rude things.
if you put a gun to my head, I couldn't remember his name. So that's
Yeah.
how insignificant he is to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, life is strange. I think I started talking about it the other day, that you look at your life as to what you have rather than what you don't have. You can sit there and I don't have this and I don't have that. What's it going to get? It's going to get don't have. I focus on what I have. And I told you that the other day. And there's a grace in that. I have great love in my life. I could just stop there. What's better than that? I have a great husband who's part of that first thing I just said. I have great food. I get to eat great food. I prepare it and I know what's in it, and I eat organic food. What a privilege. Look at all the people who can't eat well, who don't have access to great food. I look forward to every dinner, don't you, Alan?
Well, especially the ones that we have at home.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we go out for dinner,
It's never as good.
and it's okay. You're right. It's never great. Never great, unfortunately.
Oh, I made your pot stickers. Was it last night? Maybe last
Oh,
night.
how were they?
Great.
Oh God,
Great.
so good,
I ate,
so good.
I ate about 12 of them.
Yeah, and then did you lick I think you licked the plate. He was in his element. I have
It's
a whole.
fun thing to make, isn't it?
It's a what?
It's a fun thing
Yeah.
to make.
Yeah. Now I tried something tonight because I only used half of my mixture last night. I took the second half of my mixture and put it in. I made the little dumplings. I'm going to cook a few for our dinner for our first course tonight. But I'm going to save several tomorrow and see if they will last before I fry them for tomorrow night for a little
Freeze
goûter.
them, just as long as you freeze them, because what will happen is the filling will deteriorate the dough, and then
Oh.
your package won't hold together. But if you freeze them,
Okay, thank you for
Cook
telling
them.
me that.
you cook them exactly the same way, but they have to steam for longer.
By the way,
But
speaking
otherwise, exactly the same.
Okay, I'm so
speaking-
glad you told me that.
speaking of great food,
Yeah.
it's cherry season in Michigan, and in and around Traverse City, they grow the most incredible cherries
We've been to Traverse City.
we have.
That's
And-
where we were sued
Yeah.
and it was a dumb lawsuit. Somebody was suing me for something, and but we had to show up, and we get there, and all of a sudden, when we pull up, all these news crews are there and taking my picture, and I'm thinking, I'm just here. I just want to get this nuisance suit out of my life. and it was so wrong. We could have countersued, but we don't sue people unless it's absolutely necessary. And I was in the courtroom, and I excused myself. I have to go to the bathroom. I went into the ladies' room, and they followed me in the ladies' room. And when I opened the stall, there's a camera in my face. I said, "Show your audience this. Show them where you are filming me right now. I'm going to the bathroom."
Oh well. Anyway, they used to ship out fresh cherries
Alan
from Traverse
loves
City.
cherries.
Oh, yeah.
Loves cherries.
Oh yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you know, Eric Caroline's having a cherry pie for you for your birthday in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
When we were going together, we went to the in Marin County, wherever that was, that the trees were all in bloom with cherries, and we bought all these cherries. He said, "You know what? I'd love if you made me a cherry pie." Those of you who bake, you know that's a lot of work. It's the dough, it's the rolling, it's the pitting of the cherries, it's the cooking of the cherries. So, but I did it. He took a nap, and I was in the kitchen. I rolled out the dough, and I did it, and I put the lattice work on top, and I pitted all the cherries, and I made the sauce in the cherries, and I put it in the oven, and now it's just about ready. I go to wake him up, and I said, "Your cherry pie is ready." He says, "What time is it?" And he looked at the clock. He says, "Oh my God, I've got to go to the airport." And he never ate the cherry pie. And what happened, Alan?
You know, I'm not perfect. Okay, I'm not. I acknowledge that.
How long was it before
Okay.
you got another cherry pie?
From you, I still haven't had a cherry pie from you.
It was from me.
Yeah,
That's right.
she's the one.
Cherry pie after
She's
Bruce and
the
I got married.
she's the one who makes the cherry pies.
That's
now.
right.
But he didn't like my cherry pie.
Why?
I made it for him a couple years in a row, and he ate it the first couple times he pretended like he liked it, or maybe he did. But I made him one, and he goes, "You know, it's just not that good. This
Oh.
just isn't how I like my cherry pie."
It's only
I-
Alan
I-
can say.
I joined you, and I won't make him a cherry pie anymore.
What do you think he didn't like about your cherry pie?
I don't remember saying I didn't like it.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, yeah. Those are things you don't
I
forget.
remember it well.
Those are things you don't forget.
I-
I can't imagine what.
Because he can't bullshit. Alan
No,
cannot
he cannot.
bullshit.
He
And
cannot.
it's what we love about him.
Yeah, and hate.
It's how we learn from him.
Yeah.
But I found there's a very expensive pie place in LA called Winston Pies, and they make a fabulous cherry pie. And I told him I made it, but I didn't, and he liked that one. So now I just buy it.
Yeah, it's
Buy
just
him a very
easier.
expensive
It's just
cherry pie now.
easier.
And
Wow.
when you've made a cherry pie, it actually doesn't sound that expensive because think about how many cherries you have
Yeah.
to buy to make a pie. At
It's a
least
lot of
3
those little squares, yeah.
containers, which is like,
And then you gotta pit them,
it's like $20 just for the cherries.
and you gotta pit them, and it takes
Yeah.
hours to get your pile of cherries. Then when you cook the cherries, they reduce down, so you need a lot of them.
You need a lot of cherries.
Yeah.
So if they're charging me, I think it's like $40, but it's an organic cherry pie.
There you go, Al.
Wow.
It's coming.
So listen, it's very expensive, and I get that, but it would cost me probably $25 just for the ingredients.
And then again, what is your time worth on an hourly basis? It's hours
I'm
of work.
just saying, like, it's extravagant, but
Yeah.
it's, you know,
Yeah.
listen, it's not like a Marie Callender's cherry pie. They're not using those
Oh, there's
more
a
processed types of foods.
what is that bear when we used to go to the farmers market?
Olaberry.
Okay. For about 2 weeks every year in the summertime, what's the name of the pie place?
Marie Callender.
Marie Callender has Olaberry pie. I urge you to check with them, and when it's in, go and have it. It's an incredible berry, okay?
You
It's
know what that reminds me of is Knott's Berry Farm. They have a lullaberry jam.
Oh, really? Huh.
Oh,
You
it's
hardly
so
ever
good.
see them, and they're really quite tasty. So I just want to remind you, I have irritated skin these days. I don't know why, but man, does this make my skin feel better. It just like calms it down. My skin isn't so hot. Manuka honey. I remember I was with Michael Feinstein one night, who sings all the time, and I said, "You're on the road like 200 nights a year." I said, "How do you preserve your throat?" And he said, "Manuka honey." Manuka honey is just so good for healing things. They say you can put Manuka honey on wounds and things. That's what's in the Manuka honey information. But we
Well,
have
no, that's
soothing
what-
gel.
It's our friends Chrissy and Guido.
Yeah, they use Manuka honey for
on their horse. Their
Yeah,
horse
on their
scraped
horse.
against something, and they put Manuka honey on to heal it. Yeah.
You know, nature knows. Nature knows. And it's there. And all along, the Manuka honey, what is the plant? It's only found in New Zealand. That plant's over there going, I have the answer. Okay? Just look over here. I have the answer.
Well, it's like Tamano.
And Tamano oil I love. But anyway, we've got Manuka honey in our soothing gel. Are you feeling hot and irritated? It sure helps me. Helps me a lot. And we've got our toxic free, almost. It's missing the top 10 offenders. I'd like to say completely toxic free nail polish, but it's missing, let me see if I can't memorize this. No formaldehyde, no toluene, no dibutyl phthalate, DBT, no formaldehyde resin, no camphor, no triphenyl phosphate, TPHP, no xylene, no ethyl tosylonimide, epoxy resin, no parabens, and no gluten. That's kind of great. That means that the regular nail polish that you're using has all that shit in it. And, you know, we take in a lot through our nails. I wear my, what is mine, Icicle? What is this that I wear, Caroline?
No, you wear Halo.
Halo. I don't know why I like it. It just sort of elongates my fingers, but it's a little more dressed up than the nude colors, but the nudes are beautiful. I
Hey,
love
Alan,
it.
can you show those nail polishes to camera? We haven't even
Yeah,
seen the
show
colors
them,
over
Al.
here.
Okay. Here's the new nail polish color I want you to use, Alan.
Okay. We're starting with Snowflake.
Yeah.
And I apologize because the color, yeah, it's kind of there, but you have to go to the website.
But
'cause
it's
the
great to
colors-
put,
This is a sheer with sparkle in it.
yeah, this is great to
Snowflake
put
is a
over your
sheer
other
with
colors.
shimmer.
You can wear it on its own, or you can put it over your other colors to give a little sparkle. I love this. This is great to have around as a basic, like your nude colors and your top coat and bottom coat. This is great. Now
Okay.
here's the other one that when
Co-
Alan gets tired of pool,
Cobalt,
this is cobalt.
shimmer.
Look at that color.
Th-
Wow.
This is really
That's
incredible.
the color of my ring. Look at
It's
that.
really incredible.
Or my necklace. I was wearing red, white, and blue today for America. Okay.
Yeah, you don't get the true color this
Okay.
way. Okay.
No,
Here-
I can see it. We
And
can see
here
it.
Yeah.
is the icicle. Here's icicle.
Okay.
And then the fireworks.
Yeah, and icicle is an opaque white.
You
So
wear it a
when
lot,
want
don't
that-
you?
I actually wear chalk.
Okay,
more.
okay.
Chalk is just barely. Well, it's like chalk. It's not
Go look
quite
at
white.
the colors
Yeah.
online.
But this we did so you could like in the after show. I'm gonna paint my nails red, white, and blue.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
For the team. Take
Here's
one for the team.
Yeah,
Fireworks.
for the weekend.
Yeah.
'Cause I do my own manicures now with your nail polish.
Nice.
Every now and then I'll go to the salon and bring them with me so they can clean up my cuticles. But in between, I do them myself. I kind of enjoy it.
And I do Suzanne's manicure every so often.
Yeah, when I was ill with my injuries, I wasn't ill. I just was injured so badly. Alan did my toenails, my fingernails. You did everything for me.
Your
You were
French
so-
braid.
French braid. So sweet. It was so sweet. So this is our Memorial Day show. I love America.
Yeah, me too.
I love America, and it's the greatest idea there ever was. And it's time to hold on to all that's near and dear about America. We are free. Just this thing that we've taken for granted all our life, that we are free. You know why we are free? Because all of those men and women who gave their lives to keep us free. That's what you feel when you go through these bases in Europe and you see what the sacrifices that have been made. Children who never met their fathers because they were, in Normandy. I think of how I enjoyed my Uncle Ralph and my Uncle Dave, who came out of those boats running in those waters with the enemy shooting like that, and they made it. They made it, and they got home, and they were part of my community, my life. Every holiday I ever had was with Uncle Ralph and Uncle Dave and Auntie Helen and the Garbins and all these people, because community was such an important part of our lives back then, remember? And community is losing its grip right now. And the family there's a breakdown, excuse me. There's
Bless you.
it always
Bless
comes
you.
in threes.
Bless you.
Thank you. There is a breakdown in the family, and that's what they're talking about, all this crime and everything that's in our streets. We have to take it back. America, everybody, wherever we go, people want to get to America. And that's why, there's so much at the border and everything. Look what if you watch the border, you go crazy with everybody trying to get in. But at the same time, I think, what was going on where you lived, that you went through this dangerous trek, thousands of miles, and got yourself here, spent your life savings to get here, to get to America. America, when people around the country, when you leave the United States, when they mention America, there's a beaming in their voices. So we are so lucky that we are born here, that we get to live here with all its freedoms and its privileges. And all I can say is, God bless America.
Yeah.
The greatest idea there ever was. And it's not who you are or what you do or what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you, and I love you, and I love America. Happy Memorial Day.